So I'm here today with Lise Mitchell, and Lise is the owner of Coach Lise. Welcome, Lise. Great to meet you.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So let's kick off. Just tell us a little bit about Coach Lise. What's it all about?
Okay, so yeah, Coach Lise it's basically a physical embodiment of myself really, but it's a multifaceted coaching company under my name, covering 5 key principles of diet, rest, exhalation, activity, and mindset. And I basically bring together all of those elements to help people live a more balanced life and find calm in the chaos of life.
And those 5 things that you mentioned, is it makes up a mnemonic for what?
Oh, yes, that is my dream method. Yes. So, what I'm actually going through with in 2024 is changing my business from Coach Lise to Dream. So, it will be Dream Wellbeing, which will kind of be the umbrella that I will then fall underneath.
Great. And I guess the dream reference is a really good link because you're changing people's lives there, aren't you?
Absolutely. Like to say you can create your dream life with me.
Fantastic. And who are you dealing with? What type of customers have you got?
So generally my ideal customers, I guess I would say, are busy women. I tend to relate to women who are busy because I am one. And so I get a lot of women on the edge of burnout that are trying to manage children, trying to manage after school clubs, trying to manage trips, all of this stuff whilst either running a business or being quite high up in a business. So I work a lot with busy women seeking balance in their lives.
Great. And what would you say differentiates what you do, Lise, to what other businesses and people and coaches offer in the same field as you?
I think the main thing that I would say differentiates myself from other coaches, a lot of coaches tend to be a little bit more spiritual or have a focus on money and this, that, and the other. And I think for me, the main difference is that I'm very science based. So I'm very much looking at the evidence behind the holistic practices. So I like to bring together holistic practices, but with a science background.
And how do you do that?
Research, lots of research, and looking at things that are evidence-based. So things like breath work. Breath work is ultimately at the core of everything I do. It's been something that I've been using for 14 years and recently became trained in it so that I could show the benefits and power of breath work to other people. But I'm constantly looking at studies and I'm constantly trying to figure out, why does this work? What's the science for saying? Where's the research done? And looking, consistently at that. So I'm always updating my knowledge on the area.
So what impact can something like breathwork have for somebody and in their life?
So, as an example, breathwork is fantastic for anxiety. It's fantastic for stress relief. I do a lot of work with teenagers going through exams, teaching them little simple practices that they can do with their breath and touch, which will help calm down their stress response really and their anxiety levels, which, as we know, children going through GCSEs and things can struggle with. But not only that, a lot of business people use it prior to going into a meeting, say, if they've got a big presentation. But on a more personal level, it can really help with things like blood pressure. So, somebody that I've been working with recently, we've managed to reduce her blood pressure in a very quick amount of time, a very short space of time, rather, through deep breathing. And that's it, just simply sitting and focusing and consciously breathing for, a short while, taking that big breath in and then a long, slow exhale, we managed to reduce her blood pressure by 10 points, which is absolutely fantastic. So she was at stage 1 hypertension and she's now at a normal level and can walk down the street without gasping for breath.
Fantastic, fantastic. So you mentioned that you're kind of changing the name of the company. What does the future hold for you? What are the opportunities ahead, and what are the challenges that might lie ahead too?
Yeah, there's quite a lot in both areas, opportunity and challenges, really. But for me, it's about growth, and there's only so far I can go as one person. So I'm growing it under the Dream Method so that I can have a team working within me, working not within me, within my company. So I'm really looking to grow your dream life with Lise. So I'm going to be, changing from Coach Lise to that to give me that umbrella title. But further to that, I'm going to be establishing a bit of an academy as well to train fitness professionals in breathwork and more holistic modalities, because I do think that a lot of fitness professionals are very focused on that one element. Whereas, as you know, from my dream method, I think you need 4 other elements to have a balanced life. So with me growing the academy, I need to kind of focus on that. So for me, challenge wise is time, splitting time between these two very big projects, and also building a team that can help me with it. You know, someone to work on social media, someone to send out the emails and things like that.
Exciting times ahead then.
Really exciting times, yeah. And the academy, I need to ensure that we successfully train other professionals to integrate this holistic coaching seamlessly, really. So it's a big thing. Yeah.
And to get to where you are now, Lise, how have you done that, and what learnings have you had, and what experience have you had that have really helped you become who you are and the business that you are?
I think throughout my journey, I feel like I've not been as quickly successful as some other people that I get to meet in networking and things like that. So I've learned a lot really in terms of how to find your niche quickly and things like that, because I think quite often we try and do too many things for everybody, and I think it's important to clarify your niche. So that's one thing that I've really learned along my journey. But personally, I've discovered my passion for evidence-based coaching and the transformative power of DREAM.
Absolutely. So kind of linked to you creating a purpose for yourself, understanding what your purpose is.
Yeah. And I've been through the DREAM method myself. You know, as a busy mum, I've got 3 children myself. You know, me and my husband set up the gym together. So we had nothing to fall back on, because it's not like it was just me taking a risk on the gym. We both did it. So we had a lot of stresses. We had a lot of things going on with buying a house, looking after the children, and all of this, you know. So I am my ideal client. I've taken myself on that dream journey, and now I'm helping other women to do the same.
Great stuff. Great stuff. So if you could turn the clock back to this, to when it all started, knowing what you now know, what might you do differently if you got the opportunity to do so?
It would be finding my niche earlier and building a strong online presence earlier, I think, to reach a wider audience quicker. And I'd probably invest more in marketing strategies as well to create awareness around the DREAM method. I think what held me back when I first started was being too modest, you know, being typically British, not wanting to shout about my abilities and how good it is, you know, that I do what I do. And instead I'd just be like, oh, hi, I'm here, and can I tell you about this? So I think it would just be more confident from the outset in my delivery.
Brilliant. Well, I'm sure you've gained that confidence legitimately with what you've done already.
Absolutely.
And I wish you every success for the future.
Thank you very much, Mick.
Thank you, Lise.
Thank you.